let me talk about finding a place to live in Tampa, Florida right now, or around the world where rent prices are so high. Like, if you had a little bit of money and you're homeless at this point, or you're living at another place about to be homeless, it's impossible to find something you can afford. If your budget is 1,000, 1,500 bucks a month, maybe you get SSI, maybe you get Social Security, maybe you get a lump sum of money from a private insurance thing, or you got money back from uh, workman's comp, and you're finally have a little bit of money in your pocket. There's probably some other ways people can find money, but there's not that many ways, thank you, Bird, that people get paid in this country. It's not every day somebody wins the lottery, but everybody plays. That's a gamble. But it's even more impossible to find a place to stay that you can afford. I, it's right. I mean, even the bird agrees with me up there. He's like, these people are fake. Rock, rock, fake. They don't want you to have a place to stay. It's not impossible to say they just want some people to be homeless, to scare other people, just like they threaten people with atomic bombs. You know, uh, just like they threaten people with vaccinations and all this other, kind of, you know, mischievous things they do to people. The news, the news does that. Every time you want to like hear something better in the world, or you want to know what's going on in the world besides the weather, it's a negative thing because people are struggling because of the rent man. You can't find a place if you have money right off the bat. It's not an easy move. And if you ain't got $10,000 in your pocket, that's because you have to pay the application fee. That might be 120 bucks, 160 bucks. You have to pay a down payment. That might be 500 bucks right there. You're working with $1,500, at the most. You ain't finding a place to live. Now, people unfortunately don't like big handouts to, citizens, you know, modern good people, that deserve this. Yeah, everybody, might lie, a white lie here or there. Everybody might steal a candy bar because they're broke, but, they ain't bad people. They're hungry that use their stomach before their head. You know, they use their being afraid before they thought about just telling the truth. Because honestly, people tell lies because they're afraid of the repercussions of their actions. That's why they always press out bad news to people because they want you to be afraid. Be all afraid. We could be equally afraid of someone that's not afraid of nothing. Some people ain't afraid of nothing in this world, and those are landlords. They make it. There's not an app to go to. There's not any newspaper to look for anymore. You just can't find a place because there's not that many places to go to because people want too much money for those that are more available. When are we gonna face the facts that these landlords? It's not a job. It's actually punishment. They're punishing us for something we didn't do. They're punishing us because we're looking for a place to live. And that's the part I don't understand about it.